Greetings and salutations. I have actually played the next 5 years, and then it didn't record any of it. So, a little bit of housekeeping. I've gotten rid of our existing diviner and replaced him with a Hungarian we invited from abroad, who we've also invited to a spot of cruising. Steward, apparently, along with my spy master, don't care to come to a small feast we're holding, but fine. Hopefully, our new court physician might be able to provide us some better treatment. It also might kill us. We're not really sure. But we do have terrible and incredibly severe flu right now. So at this point, we desperately need treatment. Now he's good. He's also quite capable, so well-tested treatment might make the difference. Of course! He is good. So, and we are brave. There's a good chance that this flu is going to kill us. There's a really strong chance this flu will kill us anyway, because of its severity. Especially when you combine that with our existing stressed setup. So if he fucks up, it will probably kill us. But we also really need to not die. And we are brave, and an experimental treatment might help him in the future. The powder was yellow and had a delicious scent. You were distraught to see Lazar mix it with brimstone and sprinkle it over the still tepid gallbladder of a beaver. The animal had been found, rabid, frothing from the mouth, exhibiting clear signs of the illness. We fight evil with evil, master. There is no way this can work. But we do apparently feel amazing. And that might be enough to save us. Frankly, at this stage, I will take that. My niece is excelling in her studies. We should probably marry her off to someone useful. I mean, by rank... Where is Kourkoutai? No, I'm not marrying her off to him. If I'm going to marry her off to someone, I'll probably marry it to one of our neighbours. Uzlem. What would create... Yeah, so either of those marriages would result in a positive outcome for us. Probably with the legitimate heir. And that would mean that with the Uyghur, we would have a working non-aggression pact, which is pretty desirable. We can always declare war on the Tatnish later, but until that happens... Although actually on the subject of that, do they have anyone who's potentially worth marrying? Oh. Okay, what is wrong with that guy's eyes? Like, I just have to know. The portrait there is just a little bit disturbing, frankly. I really don't know how I feel about that. Anyway, non-aggression pact achieved. We're busy expanding the capital camp, and we're about to start some decent so we're not using our steward properly. Decent construction. It's great to spend time in merry company. While the cups are being refilled, Udur brings out a strange board with little decorated pieces, explaining it's a kind of strategy game. He assures you it's a great pastime and combines well with copious amounts of drink. I'm sure it does. Alright, we'll play for money. Ugh. I play for hours, to the tides of fortune ebbing and flowing as I try to attack my opponent's positions without exposing my defence too much. Somehow he manages to beat me, which is frankly an achievement, considering, you know, if you consider my comparative strategic ability. Still, I lose the game. I'll get him next time. Well, cruising's over. Time to get back to real life. No. Come June, we'll be able to do a bit more cruising. Until then, though, I suppose we need to get ready to invade Khazaria, which has to be our next step. For fuck's sake. Right click's not working very well for me. We want to subordinate Yake, pretty much take over everything you have. Boom. Which begs the question of where the devil your troops are right now. It's apparently one of our Imericha. Don't know where Imericha is. Oh, down there. It's apparently dealing with some sort of issue with the off raiding the Byzantines, a classical sort of concern, really. Well, we are fighting a nomadic foe. In order to win, we're pretty much just going to have to crush his armies first and foremost, and then I guess sit, put, and wait as far as occupations matter. As for the rest... Oh, hey. Might as well check out the prisoners. See if there's anyone worth... Oh. Apparently he would potentially do her. There's his wife, of course. Who does not have interesting enough traits to be worthy taking as a concubine. That's a bit depressing. Fine, you can have her back. I suppose I've captured anyone useful, have I? No. Too much to hope for. Well, you best come back and meet you and yours. Content, willful, and curious. Yeah, Mala. What's the point of having a niece if they can't hate you and all that you stand for? She's developing a stubborn streak while she should be more proud. No. That apparently did not happen. Does he even have a horde? And if so, where is it? My daughter Ilke is sickly. Teach her pride. Well, Lazar, try and save her. Finally! I've recovered from the flu. Ugh. Good, because let me tell you, it was an effort. It seems as if whatever treatment Lazar administered worked. Little Ilke is much better. Now she appears to be no different than other children her age. Excellent. Apparently we've built a yam. Oh, on the subject of yams, those allow us to have more trade posts. Trade posts are pretty useful because they allow us to exploit the Silk Road for more wealth. Whilst we're at it, we could do worse than having some fortifications in the camp, because it is essentially undefended, making it really easy for people to just wander in and break our toys. Where are they headed? Kazgoria? Kasodia, even? Fine. Let's give them some trouble. Which I don't know about you, but I find to be a traditional sort of activity, really. Just pursuing our foes to the ends of the earth. Crushing them. Hopefully. I hope we're crushing them, because if we're not, it's going to be really irritating. Oh, come on. Really? I hate to do it, but I'm going to have to give Kabuskin command over the centre flank because he's just faster. Yep. More prestige for him, alas, but there you go. Also, Temir Temerid has apparently distinguished himself. Nice. Well, time for us to go back up to our little siege in progress and try and just wait it out, more or less. Waiting it out is probably going to be a bit dull. We might do some raids of neighbouring territory whilst we're at it. Huh. We have a new daughter, or niece even. Train her to be dutiful. Related. Sorry? Fine. We're going to try and get a little bit of extra combat bonus, war score. A petty noble from Altair spent a week visiting at Tobol. Whilst we're here, yeah, felt huts known as Gurs. Excellent. Let's have someone dedicated to crafting them. A petty noble from Altair spent a week visiting Tobol, constantly bragging about his wealth and estates back home, insulting his local peers and behaving like royalty. Yeah, I know that we have a non-aggression pact with Uyghur, but really, we're sick of that, and he should discipline his men. Oh, he hopes the person has not caused too much trouble, will inform his people of our customs, so that misunderstandings can be avoided when they visit our realm. Well, thank you, Kaganuge. Huh. You've proven to be surprisingly welcome. Yeah, I don't care to do the whole chase again. We're just going to go back up north. Speaking of waiting for things, we could definitely take the opportunity to expand the horde. Now, I believe an extra horse archer and 2 heavy vanguards would serve us pretty well, because of the balancing of our central horde. Also gives us a brick of troops which we can merge together and send to occupy that province, while the rest of us go raiding. The price of the decadence. The Abbasid Emirate has been overthrown by the Afrasiabid, their hard-living tribesmen. Oh my. Yeah, decadence wars are just happening left, right and centre, aren't they? Anyway, we're going to pop back into our home territories. Oi! Should get rid of those. I mean, it's not anywhere important to us, but still, you know, it's uncouth. Shame we don't have any way to unattach those troops. Detach, even. Yeah, detach, that's the word. Oh, we've built our train post. Lovely. So what's really quite irritating is I do just, want to start to go raiding. if I bring that... Actually, what we want to do is we want to send this lot in. No, no. Ah! My niece is a grey emerald. Excellently done. I've trumped everyone and I'm the best Kagan ever. Now what? Oh, I've lost my sense of ambition. Oh, that's so upsetting. Oh. Really, that's really quite upsetting. Ugh, fine. Well, while that's happening... I think... Yes! Okay, those troops have now disengaged and become their own lot, which is very desirable. I want that, because that means that we can send a larger mass of troops off to become raiders. Young Layla has become a steward again. Don't know who she is, don't care who she is. No, I'll probably release her then. She's not terribly useful or desirable. Tartus, the bastard who killed our... who was a rival to our brother and killed him, is finally dead. Ah. Cancer in the end. Not able to kill him with hellfire the way we'd like, but we'll take it. You know, better than nothing. Also, I'm going to spread that, even that out slightly. Gives us a weirdly powerful right flank, but that will itself balance out once we get the heavy cavalry back in. In the meantime, though, the opportunity to raid those... Wait, is it mine? No, we want to raid Sirt, because they have a temple, which is more useful to us. Wait, what? Oh, come on. Oh, wait, no, those were actually the defenders. Never mind. It's entirely reasonable then. Oh, whilst we're doing that, I guess we're just busy looting away. Which is nice, you know, it's good to have wealth while we can get it. Apparently our monthly expenses are pretty terrifying as well, so it's likely for the best. Pair of raised areas. Stay there for a moment, loot the rest of that out. And then I suppose we'll probably want to hit... I guess the Ashley tribe would be a possibility, but there's nothing too specific about that. Probably what we really want to do is take the raiders, head on down to, say, Nerv, or even the Samarkand, pretty much, and loot the crap out of that instead. Yeah, I'd say that's good. Good tactic. Oh no, one of our courtiers died. She was probably one of our prisoners. We should clean out the prison at some point. Oh, who's trying to kill who? Someone's trying to kill my present heir. I'd quite like him to end that plot. It's not really going to happen. Ask them to stop plotting that. Along with my nephew. Again, stop backing that plot. My half-brother, I'd like him to end his plot. And I don't care about assassination attempts on the Fauna Zubas. I hate them. I mean, I don't really hate them, I just don't care for them particularly. Fussy, idolizer, brooding. Fussy, idolizing brooder. I guess probably, yeah, life and intrigue might be helpful. I mean, Intrigue or learning? See, the brooding won't necessarily help, but... Oh, go on then. He shows a talent for it. And talents should be encouraged. Yeah, damn right you'll no longer back those dubious plans. Also, the subject of dubious planning. Yeah, bloody right you're going to start those plots. We are going to crush our opponents once and for all, gaining a little bit of vital extra war score before we move on in and finish things further. Okay, again, I hate to do it, but Kabaskin is just faster and better at logistics. So we stand a chance of actually getting to the Minashina. And I'm going to drop the looting for the moment. Yep. All burned to the ground. You may surrender now. I can right click. Take the land. Give it to some to other clans. Probably burn some... oh yeah, we've got territories to burn as well whilst we're at it. That needs... Sorry. Got territories to be pillaging. I'm actually going to hold off further pillaging for a little bit. Not too much longer, just a little bit. Because I know that I'm going to need to start handing out more of these... Actually, you know what? It's so hard not to keep burning things. I'm just going to keep doing it. Let's pillage away. Pillage, pillage, pillage. Okay, now we've got to figure out... now we've got a bit more trouble. But... until that happens, I've got two fresh new counties that need handing out, Inda and Aktob. We could really do with an extra clan, which is problematic because I'm probably going to have to surrender a clan myself soon. Oh, for the moment though, Bugdas, you can have Inda and Aktob. And that should get the clans a little bit off my back. Only a little, surprisingly. Yeah, that's irritating. Well, pull back our enemies. Sorry, our troops. And get ready. Because we have a fair bit to work on. Oh, my friend of the Bugdas is actually holding a bit of cruising himself. Oh. You see, I need to do some I need to hold some cruising, but oh, you know what? Who doesn't enjoy cruising? Doesn't matter if I'm necessarily holding the cruising myself. Okay, I think we're balanced. Good, that's the way it should be. Ultimately, we do need some yet more troops, but I'm actually slightly holding out until maybe one of my siblings reaches a point where they can afford to... I don't know, maybe we should send my brother off. I think it's actually, we should send my brother off as a mercenary. It's going to cost us some manpower, it's going to produce weird problems, but if we do die, apart from the extra mercenary, the prestige he gets, it's going to give him the desirable adventurer bonus, as well as later bonuses down the line. Now, before that happens, we need to subordinate Itil. It's going to piss off Armenia, it's going to piss off Tatmish, fine. Still going to do it. And then, once we have enough time to prep a new set of pillaging, we'll burn down that last castle over there, surrender the grazing lands to create a lovely new... to avoid setting off a minor clan revolt. We really don't want minor clan risings. They're bad. They're really bad. But all of the other territories they have are extremely desirable. And I don't want to give them up. Now, he's apparently over in Semenda. I don't know where Semenda is. Let's find out. Find title or region, Seaman. Duh. Sorry. It is correct, but entertaining. My lord, there's a noble warrior at the gate. He says he's a veteran of many battles and desires to become a champion of our house. He praises our wisdom and honour and pledges to always defend us and our household if we'll accept him into our retinue. Well, of course. Why would we not accept such a brilliant fellow? Oh, he is pretty brilliant as well. Strong, skilled and brave. Strong, skilled and brave enough, I want to marry him off to my niece. Boom. I mean, I don't think our prestige gets terribly affected, but his is great right now. Almost want to... I'm curious whether I can make him a... No, I can't. I'd have to create a new thing. Well, regardless, I think we're out of commander slots at the moment, so we can't make another commander, but he's staying in reserve until the time is right. Because that's pretty desirable. Mind you, I might need to get rid of this fellow soon, because he is craven, which is a problem. Let's call in our... You know what, never mind. There's actually no need. The clans want 3 counties. Fine. We're definitely going to surrender 3 counties to them, though it may not be the 3 counties they want. I really need to pillage another holding soon. Another few holdings, actually. But there's a few things we can't do yet. One of those things is we really do need some of the territories we have here. Okay, first things first is I want to actually move the capital to Itil because it's coastal and has a river. It's not as coastal as I might like. Like eventually I might want to move it to like somewhere like Azov, or possibly Azov. I don't really know how you pronounce it. But at the same time, it's still fairly desirable. So yeah. Also means that we can build a trade post there. Boom. We'll need to shift some of our people around a little bit. And vitally, in the grand scheme of things, we also need to build a temple on this spot to honour Tengri. Once we do that, we'll be able to reform the faith, which might be easier said than done. People consider us threatening, which is an issue. Still can't burn that to the ground just yet, much as I'd like to. Can't burn that to the ground until May. This is very difficult. Minor clan rising just happened. Damn it. Alright. A powerful minor clan has risen up in Kiva, led by a charismatic chieftain. They demand a place amongst the major clans. Yep, and a minor clan is going to... Yeah, and we're definitely going to give a minor clan power when the time comes for it. But until that time comes... I am looking forward to this, but I feel like it might get cancelled by the sheer amount of problems we're going to have. I want to move our vassals into this. But we can't. I've got to prove myself to them. I'm going to prove myself. I'm going to prove myself at the head of my goddamn army. Because that's the way we do these things. The reveling and carousing is over. We could become a socializer, but I want to actually try and become a game master. Still stressed. It doesn't matter how much carousing we do, we still stay stressed out. How come my marshal is able to do that? That's weird. Anyway. Can I... Is there a way for me to enforce peace? Is that a thing I can do? Yeah, for 5 years it stops us at any internal wars. Although we could still fight against ourselves. And they're now repaying favours to Tabor, which could be further result in further problems for us. Khan Sokal the Fat is declaring a war for Kimak. Yeah, guys, you can join us in that war, thank you. Because we might be, you might not want to join in on the less minor clan rising. You might care about that, but I dare say you probably do care about the foreign invasion. Gunners, I don't really know. Could become a curious and fussy. Why not? Good as anything else. It rather pains the feminist in me to feel that, to do things that way, but oh well. Finally, stop pillaging. Pillage, 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 pillage. Right. Also time for us to split our clan, eventually. Or maybe see if we could convince the Thorna Zoba to split theirs. The clans do want more land there. No, it's us that should split. We should surrender my mana, most likely. Fine. Split the clan from my mana. We'll lose some people, but it is essential. Borov Irtin. You'll gain bulk, Herat. Oh, you'll gain bulk eventually. You'll gain Merov, Herat, and probably Itrao. No. Herat. Itrao. Yep, and call our new Khan in. The Circalids, yes, we'll have to cancel. Unforeseen circumstances force us to cancel our current bout of merrymaking by virtue of being incredibly busy with a war. Not the siege of Yangiant. No, I suppose that's an issue. Okay. Damn it, we were named in battle by frigging the leader of the uprising. We were severely injured and, yeah, flat out maimed. Our formerly smooth face is a torn, disgusting mess. We are disfigured. Oh, well, that's battle for you. What's worse is that it happened in an entirely preventable war. Still, I'll take peace and I'll imprison this fool. And by the way, we do need some piety, don't we? We need enough piety to reform the faith. Fine. We'll take care of that, and then most likely we'll destroy everyone. Cabaskin, I hate to do it, but you need to take over the central flank. We'll lead the light raiders. Samoa says her favourite toy is missing. May have it thrown out today while I was tidying up. And I'll offer to buy her a new one. He's upset I would even suggest it. Fine. Ugh. Can't even find that one now. No, legitimately can't find it. Don't care. She's busted another cord. Who's the bastard anyway? Oh come on, my kinsman died, a mangled Ness. Ugh. Oh, looks like Ipeos is taking over. He too got... Oh wow, horribly wounded. Not great. I mean, don't get me wrong, we're probably going to die as well. Kagan has spent his hard-earned wealth on cruising with his men, wasting it on spirits and women. It's a good family tradition. Life as a mercenary seems to have hardened my half-brother Kagan. Words of his courage in battle reach us every so often. Good! So take that back. I guess we'll probably head to Karluk. He's become a very energetic and tenacious mercenary leader. Okay, starting to become a decent heir now. Time will soon enough come. Recently I've noticed the pitiful state of my son, Ipa. I pray he'll recover. He's apparently getting decent symptom treatment, probably compensating for a job well done. The horrific wound from my maiming is now stinking and smelling of pus and oozing pus. The pain is debilitating. And Courtiers are avoiding me like death itself. Lovely. So I'll lose severely injured, gain scarred, and also gain an infection, which I think is worse. Oof. There's an achievement. Yeah, not good. Really use a visit from wait, who the hell are you? End your bloody plot. Right, fine. If anyone particularly like to kill this man, I would appreciate it. Don't even know who that is. But also invite any plotters if they come to like us. Right. Kagan has spent some of his hard-earned wealth on attracting and recruiting more soldiers for his mercenary band. Good job. Young Rafika has finished her education in the ways of war. She's achieved nothing less than a masterful level of knowledge. Lovely. We ran somewhere or something. No. Never mind. Oh, look, we're fighting battles. Pretty nicely as well. You know what? I should probably crush you. What the bug you are. But I will take a white piece and you to lose some prestige so I can get on with... Oh wait, no, I think I'm getting piety just from killing you. It's pretty desirable. Ah, no, mind you that time has probably come for us to just ruin this poor fool and be done with it. End. Make your peace. We have places to raid. Ugh. And wealth and piety to acquire. Right, first things first. We can apparently worship the ancestors. What do we seek? My side and guide my sword in battle and let me conquer my enemies. I ask of my forefathers a long and healthy life, which at this point is pretty desirable. I'm not willing to offer one of my eyes. I am willing to offer a child as a sacrifice. Yep, we'll go some cruising as well. Finally, my daughter apparently requires that she's indolent, affectionate, and timid. Yeah. Interesting. She could become a graceful diplomat, or she could become a skilled scholar. I'm going to say graceful diplomat. Yeah. Best to be safe that way. Let's start burning down some... Oh, apparently that doesn't count for us because we're not the direct leader of the siege. Alright, let's just burn down this one instead over here. Oh, and whilst we're at it, bulk pillage. Peace is a strange period of time for us. But profitable. Actually surprisingly profitable. Let's get this party started. Alright, let's play for honour. We play for hours, the tides of fortune ebbing and flowing as we try to attack our every opponent's positions without opening our defence too much. Eventually we find a critical opening and make a few inspired and aggressive moves, and win the game. Hail to the CKII. Well, the recent cruising is over. Time to get back to real life. We could dedicate all our free time to gaming and become a skilled game master. It's actually pretty desirable for the sake of for the sake of the martial bonus, I think. Again, 30% chance of losing stress. Still stressed. We can't get unstressed for some reason. It just doesn't seem to want to happen. Ali, our courtier, has been opening some of our letters. I don't even know why he's in our court. Yeah, I'll teach him to be less frigging nosy. Apparently he took... apparently this child took poorly to my essentially torturing him. I can't imagine why that would be. let's continue with our raids until we have enough wealth. And then I suppose we'll go on from there. Could be the nettle soup I've been eating lately, or the recent good weather. But But I feel invigorated. I even got a compliment today, saying I looked several years younger, you know, beneath the mask. Is this the work of the ancestors? Let's hope so. Still, we've got 10 years of a slight increase, a slight but probably vital for all its slightness, increase in health. I'll take it. It said my half-brother Kagan has turned into a very experienced mercenary commander. He gets mercenary. We get mercenary traditions. Nice, extra prestige, manpower, and an increase in things. Yeah, fantastic. Character's family has a history of being a mercenary. Great. It's actually pretty desirable. Wait, are we... Our marshal's probably not even in the right place, is he? Oh, our marshal is presently leading armies. I thought I forbade him to lead armies. He should be training warriors. Honestly. Right. Burn this place to the ground. Yeah, bring back the spoils and we'll divide them between us. After all, spoils are basically why we're in this. What we're in this for. Why we're in this game? In this business? What we're about? Who knows? We'll bring out the board and play who's this better strategist. Oh, well, we'll get him next time. In the meantime, however, how stressed are we? Still stressed. How? I mean, literally, how? I don't even understand it. It makes no sense. I feel like we saw someone who had... Yeah, prosperity. Huh. As our men return from looting the holding, one of them hands me an axe with a strange purple sheen and a plus etched into the handle, followed by the number 2. After weighing it carefully in our hands, we toss aside our old grey axe and in favour of the new weapon, and gain the +2 axe. I love the +2 axe event, it's very silly. Right, that's basically looted for everything it's worth. On to the next border county. Looting's a pretty nice advantage for the what we call the pagan countries. No, not Arrow. Our horse died. We'll have to, I guess, pick a completely new horse. I think Dragon this time. We're ugly, we'll get an ugly horse too. I'm gonna spend some money on war games whilst we're at it. The King of Bohemia is usurped. Oh, is he the king that we've had in our prison forever? The shaman apparently cannot attend the upcoming war games. Neither of our shamans can, probably because they hate us. I imagine they hate us because, well, we have caused a lot of problems for them. Ipeos is one. Nicely done. Oh! Oof. Okay, that was painful. We might hold back after that because... Oh. While it was productive, yeah, we should have just let that siege run. Because we just lost a lot of manpower. Oh dear. Not that it's too much of a problem, you know. We've got plenty of population left to fill the ranks and keep fresh horses being produced. And in the meantime, there's no real shortage for moments like that. Well, we apparently achieved one last glorious raid before Kagan Kourkoutai finally died of the infections from his horrific mutilation. Guilty of the sin of pride, he wanted everyone to know of his greatness. A wicked man, Kourkoutai will surely pay for his sins in the afterlife. I think all of our Khans are wicked. Kagan Kegen. Yep, Kegen Khan. Surrounded by enemies and rivals, we hope that Kagan's rule is not struck short by means of a dagger in the back. Long live Kagan Khan! Well, so be it. His sole advantage is that right now he's coming back from leading his mercenary band and is pretty well, you know, laid up in terms of wealth and in terms of military skill. Being an adventurer worked for him. Again, it really worked for him. Also, apparently we decided to have our child focused on duty. Oh, it's got to be my fault. If our character dies, our half brother will take over. At the moment, there's a lot of brotherhood succession going on. Still, for all of that, I guess the time has come. No, we've been at peace for too long. That's because we're not raiding. I mean, we are and we aren't, you know. Well, I think that probably marks the end of this episode. Kourkoutai, Khan's continued the expansion that his brother had begun. He pushed westward and southward, taking necessary lands and gaining the much desired province of Itil. Eventually paving the way that one day his brother might be able to construct a temple there to honor Tengri. Looking at the chronicle, Kourkoutai had a not entirely short rule. You know, it's 834 to what? What are we in? 848. So I think it's 14 years or so. Regardless, having taken over from his brother, who I believe died. I can't even remember what he died of. Oh, infected wounds. Yeah, there's definitely a pattern here. Yeah, when Selgil Khan II died of an infected wound, his brother took over, and whilst still a warrior, was noted not for his many years, not for his deliberate focus on war, but rather for a joy of living the high life. Yes, he led his warriors and conquered many and useful territories. Indeed, at one point being attacked by several neighbouring countries, as is often the case. However, it was Kourkoutai Khan who finally conquered the Taid Emirate. Finally! Removing one of the biggest thorns in the side of the Pechenegs for coming up to like 80 years by this point. Sadly, it was his own hubris that led to his disfigurement and eventual death. While plagued with health problems throughout his life, Kourkoutai Khan was eventually killed by wounds he received during a minor clan uprising. having been unwilling to surrender the necessary provinces to his vassals. He tried to hold out to burn down some last few castles and then surrender those lands as grazing territories to his subjects. But alas, they did not believe truly that he was willing to do so. In the end, he died after one final celebration of feasting, raiding a neighbouring heathen city and burning it to the ground. His half-brother, Kagan, succeeded the throne. Again, younger brothers continuing to take up the mantle, in the hopes that perhaps a new and capable Khan would arise. Kagan, for his part, had much to owe to his brother for having set him on the path of becoming an adventurer, and that resulted in many of the desirable skills that would push him forth: bravery, diligence, a tradition as a mercenary. No, for Kagan Khan, he was in a not unenviable place. Unprestigious, and of middling prestige compared to his fellows, and certainly considered to be rather impious. The main difficulty for Kagan Khan might yet prove essentially becoming pious enough to convince the peoples of the Tengri faith that he is worthy to reform it. Because if he can't, the only way to do it will be to take over the last two holy sites of Tengrism and force everyone to accept his dominion. But that, I think, is a matter for next time. Until then, fare thee well.